Hello learners, today we are doing consumption function and the propensity to consume. First, the question arises, what is consumption function? So a consumption function describes a consumption function describes the relation between consumption and income, between consumption and income. So we can say that it is the relation between income and consumption. The simplest consumption function assumes that consumption changes at a constant rate as income changes. Of course, even if income is zero, some consumption still takes place. Why this so? Because there is some requirement for the required or essential goods. Hence, it is not possible to think of a situation where there is no consumption at all. Since this level of consumption is independent of income, so it is called autonomous consumption. So we can describe consumption function as C is equal to C bar plus by. This is the equation of consumption function, where C is equal to consumption expenditure. Y is the level of income. Y is the level of income. C bar is equal to the autonomous consumption. Autonomous consumption means it is the level of consumption even at the zero level of income. A minimum level of consumption which is required or which is essential even at the zero level of income. Now, what is the meaning of B over here? B is the slope of consumption function. It is the slope of consumption function, which measures the rate of change in consumption per unit change in income. So B is also known as MPC. MPC is nothing but the marginal propensity to consume, or it is the rate of change in consumption per unit change in income. We should note that the equation of a straight line is y is equal to mx plus c, where y is the dependent variable, x is the independent variable, m is the slope of the straight line, that is delta y oblique delta x, and c is the intercept, that is value of y when x is 0. Therefore, c is equal to C bar plus by is a linear consumption function. So this type of function is linear consumption function. Here C bar is the intercept. So that is a straight line consumption function where consumption C is the dependent, here C is the dependent variable, and income Y is the independent variable. Clearly, consumption expenditure depends on the level of income. B is the slope of the consumption function, that is change in C. This B indicates change in C oblique change in Y, which is nothing but the MPC, or marginal propensity to consume. The intercept C bar is the level of consumption when income Y is 0. Now, as far as the components of consumption functions are concerned, so it has two components of consumption function. It has two components. First one is autonomous consumption. The first is autonomous consumption. Autonomous consumption. What is autonomous consumption? It is C bar, means the level of the amount of consumption at the level of 0 income. And second one is induced consumption. The second one is induced consumption. Induced consumption means the consumption which is dependent over the level of income. As the income increases, the consumption will also be increases. Now, dear learners, the question arises related the marginal propensity to consume. What is marginal propensity to consume? We should understand that the functional relationship between consumption and income is known as propensity to consume. And propensity to consume is of two types: marginal propensity to consume and average propensity to consume. First, we should understand what is marginal propensity to consume. So, or in short, we can say it MPC. So, MPC may be defined as change in consumption. MPC may be defined as change in consumption due to a given change in income. Due to a given change in income. Symbolically, MPC is equal to delta C oblique delta Y. Delta C oblique delta Y. Where delta C represents the change in consumption level and delta Y represents change in income level. Now, moving ahead, we will be discussing about the average propensity to consume. Average propensity to consume, or what we called as APC, average propensity to consume. APC is the consumption per unit of income. What is this APC? APC is the consumption per unit of income. Are you getting my point? How we can represent it symbolically? APC is equal to C/Y. Now we can understand these attributes with the given schedule, or what is called as consumption schedule. We will make them clear, all of these, the income, consumption, MPC, APC and all. So let's have a look about this table. Consumption schedule. In this, first we make the column of income, which is denoted with Y. Then the column of consumption denoted by C. Then we will measure the change in consumption. Here also we will measure the change in income. Next is MPC. How we call it or how we calculate it? Change in C/change in Y. We have already discussed MPC. Next is APC. How we calculate this? This is C/Y, as you have C over here. C/Y. It is the consumption per unit of income. So now we will look about the values. Suppose the income is 0. At first level there is no change. Income level is 0. But there must be some minimum level of consumption as well, even at the 0 level of income. This is autonomous consumption, 100. Now change in C is nothing. MPC is nothing. And APC is nothing. When income increases by 100, so what will be the change in income? Of course it is 100. Consumption will increase by 80 and the change in consumption will be 80 as well. Yes, learners, here is the schedule for you. Income is increases at a constant rate, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 till 1000. So change in income is stable, that is 100. The level of consumption at the 0 level of income is 100, which is known as autonomous consumption or C bar. Then it is increasing with the constant amount 80. So from 100 becomes 180, then 180 plus 80 it becomes 260 and so on till 900. So change in consumption is again constant 80. Now we calculate MPC, change in C/change in Y. So at each and every stage it becomes 0.8. What does it means? Whatever the income is, 80% will be consumed. That income is increases with 100 and consumption will increase 80. So 80% will consume. 0.8 is the level of MPC. APC means it is the level of consumption per unit of income, C/Y. So at the level of 100 income, so 180 divided by 100, it becomes 1.8. When income is 200, so consumption will increase up to 260. So 260 divided by 200 becomes 1.30. Where income is 500, the level of consumption will also be 500. So it is the level where consumption equals income and saving becomes 0. So APC, the value of APC will be 1. And after this, it will keep on declining. But the value of MPC remains constant as the consumption is increases at a constant rate. We can also understand the consumption function with the given curve. So now we will understand the consumption curve or diagram. To understand the consumption curve, we make two axes, that is OX axis and OY axis. On OX axis we measure income, and on OY axis we measure the consumption. The line of income is of 45-degree line. Y is equal to C plus S. What does it mean? Means the national income or total income is either consumed or saved. So it is the combination of consumption and savings. And it is a 45-degree line. Why this so? Because on each and every point, the national income is equal to C plus S. Y is equal to C plus S. Means the consumption and saving becomes equals to income, or it is equidistance from OX and OY axis. Now consumption curve is getting start from some distance from the origin. Why this so? Because we know that when the income is 0, there is some level of consumption as well, that is 100. So that is why the consumption curve is getting start from this point. It is 100, and now this curve is going towards the income curve, and after some point, this is the point which is known as break-even point, where the level of consumption becomes equals the level of income. This is 500 and this is again 500. So it is the break-even point, point B. Beyond this level, consumption becomes lesser than the level of income. So now this portion is known as the part of savings, and this portion is the part of dis-saving. From below this point, there is a saving in negative, and after this point the savings becomes positive because income is greater than the consumption. You can see in the table as well, after the 500 level, the income level is 600 but consumption is 580, then income is becomes 700 but consumption is 660. So there is some level of savings as well. At this point, the amount of saving is 20. At this point, the amount of saving is 40. So that is why from this point, the income curve becomes greater than the consumption curve. So this is consumption curve. Thus, the 45-degree line tells us whether consumption is equal to, greater than, or less than the income. Equal to, greater than, or less than the income. This is what the consumption function and propensity to consume is all about. Thank you.